last paint, that's what you want.
Hi guys! Today I'm showing you how I prepare all my scores. Today we're doing my Figaro score, yay! Here is what you're gonna need. You're gonna need sticky color tabs, preferably a color for each act that you have. Then a biro. You're also gonna need like a permanent marker of some kind. This one's a fine tip one. You're also gonna need an erasable pen. I will get into that later. And a highlighter, the color of your choice. I like to pick the color that reminds me of the character, and for Susanna I chose pink because I knew her costume was going to be red. So to start off, I'm just assigning each color to an act. This is going to make rehearsals so much easier, like so much easier. Because when a director or a music director is like, okay, we're going to start with Act 2, you don't have to flip through like 50 million pages or look at 50 million tabs. You know all of Act 2 is blue. Period. So I'm just starting here, finding the start of the show, and I'm going to pop down an Act 1 tab, and so on and so forth. And here we are, all pretty and beautiful, except I smudged the Act 2 one already because that is life as a left-hander. Oh my god. Now I'm taking my Act 1 color, which is this like lime greeny yellow, and I went ahead and I wrote out every single number, like the first couple words of each number. And I kept the arias in Italian and left the rest in English because while we did perform the show in English, we all just kind of colloquially knew the arias in the Italian. Like, if someone says, like, we're doing Devieni today, you know what that is. And you can see there on the side, I had every single one written out and ready, so then all I have to do is find the page and stick it on. And this made learning and rehearsing so much easier, let me tell you, because like it's a 3-hour show. There's so much music, so much music. And if you know the role of Susanna, then you know that she is in like almost every freaking scene. The poor girl does not get a break, so this was so helpful. And yes, I did recit and aria separately because oftentimes they can be blocked separately, depending on how long it takes. You never know. Just keep things easy for yourself. And I'm back here with Act 2, as you can see, all beautifully pre-written. This sped up the process so much, I think. I also think I watched about a season or two of 30 Rock while I did this, if that's a good gauge of time for you. But enjoy the rest of the ASMR. While we are watching this riveting process, I thought I would explain the erasable pen. So basically, I use an erasable pen because our score, we had a lot of cuts to the music and they were changing. It happens, that's showbiz, baby. But I didn't want to put them in pencil because I take all my notes in pencil, and so I would get confused between what was notes or like doodling and what was like actual genuine cuts to the music. So I popped them in erasable pen because you can go back and change it, but it's more permanent than just like a lead pencil. So if you're doing a show that has cuts or changes because like it's an old score, I know that sometimes does happen, I really highly recommend getting one of those friction erase pens. It will really truly save your life. And get it in a stand out in color. Get it in like a red or a pink, you know? Don't get like black, that's stupid. Speaking of which, I am thinking of doing a sit-down video where I go through like rehearsal etiquette, what you need to know before your first rehearsal, how you should behave in a rehearsal room, and just sort of the little things that are unspoken that it's kind of known, it's kind of industry practice that you should know before you step into that room. I also might do like, you know, what's in my rehearsal bag, content. So drop a comment. A lot of you guys, hey, if you're here from the uni that I went to and you're in the years below me, just ask me a question, like what would you like to see, what would you like to know? I have lots to say, clearly. We are done. Isn't that so satisfying? I think at this moment it hit me how much music I had to learn. Now I'm just going through and highlighting all of my lines. I just highlighted the English text, so I knew what I had to say and when I had to say it. I don't really recommend highlighting your notes unless it's a really tricky harmony line that like is just hard to read in the score in terms of where it's stacked. But yeah, this took like another hour or so. Oh my god. Also, I did have a digital score that I worked from as well. It's the exact same score, but someone lovingly scanned it for us, and I used that when I was traveling, like on the plane and such. I also, for like those sneaky rehearsals when someone just like catches you and they're like, hey, do you want to go over this recipe? And I also recommend setting up your digital score as precisely as your physical one. Should I do a video on that too? Guys, drop a comment if you want a video on that. And drop a like and a subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.